It's bad enough you're already in a normal relationship. You're already comparing like, oh, you to the person's ex, and now you're comparing yourself with the person's ex's like level of jiu-jitsu as well.
It's the Saigon Saga. Subscribe right now.
He's been by my side through thick and thin.
My pants came off, my butt got exposed.
I was a fishmonger, so she turned out to be married.
I'll never forget.
Something to do with streamlining Saigon Superfights a bit more, because on that day, right, it was really easy to manage because you had already set up all the fights already. This wasn't like a regular conventional competition where people sign up like the way they do ADCC or AJP or anything like that, right? It was basically that super fight. So they had already been decided. So it was a lot easier to manage. However, something that I kind of looked at and went, I raised a few questions to me was that how come the only people who had a chance to win anything was that like that tournament for the under 65s, right? What about the other people who were competing? Something for them. I think look at the funding, look at what we're able to provide and streamline it. Maybe that's what every super fight edition is. It's like every weight class, an idea, like for example, this Saigon Superfight number 2 under 77 tournament. That's it. Everyone under 77 and with a chance to win something, either registration for a comp or whatnot, so on and so forth.
Great point, and thank you for bringing that up. So the question was like, why do you only have a tournament for only 4 people got a chance to really win anything, and the rest there was 8 super fights and there was 1 tournament of 4 competitors, so there was 11 matches total, and the winner got free registration at ADCC Malaysia. V won that, the one who was by far the lightest in the division. So basically, we kind of threw this whole Saigon Super Fights together in less than 3 weeks from idea to execution, and we were just having a discussion with Rob Deagle. We were like, hey, because ADCC Malaysia gave us a free slot like a week out. They're like, hey, you guys have done a great job promoting us. Here's a free slot. So decided to give it away. From the Saigon Saga, decided to give that away, and then Rob had the great idea of, dude, let's just have a tournament. So it was a combination of we could have communicated better, but it was a combination of okay, so the super fights, what the super fights allow you to do is get people to compete who never would be able to compete or wouldn't. Like for example, if you got like a 50-year-old guy who only has a few months training and not that competitive, I can find someone else similar and knows they're only going to fight that, versus like you said, you come to a tournament, you don't know who you're going to fight. But yeah, that's one of the things we want to improve.
Well, I think first of all, that was the first time you guys did Saigon Super Fights, so a lot of the goals and the purposes weren't really streamlined. It was a very meaningful attempts. For example, giving people, like I remember what Rob was talking about. He was like, this is to recreate that comp pressure, but like at a more approachable level, giving people the chance to have a real crowd cheering and things like that. An ADCC was opens ref there to ref and keep things in order and whatnot, keep it safe as well. So I think it helped like for a lot of people. And I'm sure you brought this up to me. It would have like broken the mold for a lot of people. A lot of people off that comp would have taken that and gone, all right, I need to go and get inspired. I need to go, what do I need to fix? And then other people maybe after that comp don't train as much anymore.
Yeah, I mean, that's just like any competition. A bad loss will make or break you. How you respond to that bad loss is going to determine the rest of your future as a grappler. I remember this sticks out to me the most. My coach in Colombia, Joe, black belt. This guy is incredible. So when I was training there, I went to Jiu-Jitsu Con in Vegas and lost. I joined the adult and lost bad, really bad. I only won 1 match in no gi. Lost my first match in gi to the guy who got second out of like 63 or something. But yeah, I came back. He said, Zach, man, like the way you handle this is gonna make or break you. But I was prepared for it because when I first started wrestling, I lost my first 50 matches, and once humiliated in front of your family and your friends when you already suck at every other sport. If you can get through that, then like I was like, okay, I got this, like whatever. But anyway, your question was like only 4 people had a chance to win anything. what about the rest of the people? How would you do that? What would be a worthy prize for a Saigon Superfights competitor?
Off the top of my head, anything to do with grappling helps. So we've got CGTO always working. So I'm sure there's prizes, merch, and stuff they can work with there. Membership, trials, whatnot. Someone. I don't know how all the gyms would feel about it, but if you work with a gym and they go, hey, winner gets like a month at over under or whatnot. Completely up to the discretion of the head coaches. On top of that, money. People like money here. Money's nice. I think that competition like registration was a really good idea because it made it real pure. Like this isn't like a prize fight. I'm fighting for money. I'm fighting because I want to go compete at a higher level, have that opportunity. That's why it was wonderful that someone like V got it. And shout out to V. Shout out to Mode, shout out to Over Under, shout out to Raphael, everyone responsible for the creation of what we have that is V today. I think we want more of that. We want to give people like, in fact, sometimes I feel like the prize is the person who gets the prize, right? Like, forget about the fact there definitely has to be a prize and we can vary what that is, but you want those people who are like V to get those prizes. And the point is the competition gives that opportunity because without that comp, that was just a regular Sunday or Saturday. We would have been in an open mat. It's just a training cycle, but nothing to really like, not only push some people, with, I love competitions as a way to break through plateaus. You've got something to prepare for, so you train a certain way. And then after your comp, you take everything that you've learned, win or lose, and you go and try to improve. So being able to provide that, it's wonderful. In fact, good opportunity to thank anyone that works in doing competitions. I think we get lost in the whole win-lose experience and we forget that there's someone organizing this and they put in the time and it doesn't always go smoothly, but the fact that there are people who put in the work to make competitions, that's really like valuable to the community.
Saigon Superfights, one main goal is for local Vietnamese grapplers to get exposure to international competition, right? So they can compete for free here in Saigon, and ideally, maybe Saigon Superfights 2, 3, or 4, we can have people coming in from Korea, Japan, Malaysia, Thailand, maybe even Australia to come compete. So they can compete here in Saigon for free and might even win something against international competition. So that is definitely what we see as a huge benefit to the growth of Jiu-Jitsu here in Saigon. Maybe you are an athletic brand. Maybe you are a CrossFit gym, and you want sponsored, you want to get visibility with this unique athletic crowd here. We want to keep it 2 hours, short, sweet, done by 12 at the latest one. It's good for spectators, good for competitors, and you can enjoy the rest of your Saturday or Sunday.
No, that's definitely important. Something to be said about how affordable your price is going to be means how often we can do this, but also, that's a big point. Like, most competitions, the big drag about it is it takes up your whole day. And having an event like Saigon Superfights, it guarantees a level of excitement, so it's worth that few hours that you get out there to watch the competition, especially if, you know some of the fighters, you've got stakes in the match, whatever, compared to, your typical competition where it's a whole day event. You're fighting in like 1 or 2 categories, 3 divisions or whatnot, and you're fighting, then you're sitting around waiting. You may or may not weigh in, and then that's your whole day gone. Even if you end up having 3 fights, your whole day is gone. If you have 3 fights and you stay to get your medal, boom, whole day is finished. From the start of the day to the end of the day, you are done. Right? It's almost like the reward for losing is that you get to go home early. So something like Saigon Superfight really works with that. Like, I think that's an important part of your formula was that because it's already determined which matches are going on, you guys can keep it tight, concise, effective, enjoyable, exciting, entertaining, and then boom, home for lunch. And the spectators can come for a match they want to watch. Oh, I want to watch this match. Oh, I want to see, Adam versus Q. So this is what we want to make this exciting. We want the community to be involved, and we're looking for ideas to make it more exciting, more affordable, and more rewarding for our grapplers. So we've got that going on in the community. Very exciting time. What other things are going on in the community here, Sighmaan? I wanted to ask you about your competition. I wanted to use the fact that we're talking about the Saigon Superfights competition as a segue into how was Malaysia. Tell me, how did things go? How did my boy? Well, no, I don't have to ask. I know how he went. Gary. Hey, Gary Chow. Shout out. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Hey, I saw the news from him. Sure, whatever, bro. Tough shit. Wipe it off. Let's keep going, bro. But yeah, it was. For me, like I've held, because I've versed him before. Back when I hadn't taken the sport so seriously, I held Gary on some level of a pedestal. I still do. I have respect. I'm excited for when we do get to like kind of bump fist and get going again. But yeah, it was humbling for me to see that even someone who I see as quite highly skilled, highly effective, goes through times in competitions where things don't go their way, and hey, I'm very, very open to that happening for me as well, and it does happen for me. I remember us giving shout outs to the organizers. How'd the organizing go? My understanding, that was ADCC Malaysia. That was the first ADCC in like that Malaysia's done. That was their first one. Vietnam soon we'll hopefully get to do ours. But yeah, like how did that all go? The experience, how you went in your matches, and then also the experience of the competition as a whole, because that is something that we pay attention to in terms of us having a discussion about competitions and how they're run.
They did an amazing job. The women who organized that, they had 230 registrations for each of the tournaments. ASJGF on Saturday and ADCC on Sunday. They ran both events. Tropicana Gardens Mall, amazing place to have it, because it's a large space, and you have like a grocery store there. You got everything you need and then there were 6 levels where people could watch in the middle, and it was really cool experience. So they did an incredible job, and it was a much larger turnout than everyone expected. So, and it was run very fast. So yeah, the organizers did an incredible job.
How was your competition, your fight? Tell me about it. Everyone was talking about it. I actually heard a snippet from a different podcast recently. You were like fighting, recording, fighting, recording. Oh, here are a bunch of medals.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I was competing all day. It was good that I competed in the gi the day before, because it kind of got the jitters out, and it was like, okay, now I can do no gi, which is my sport. Honestly, I didn't really do what I went there to do. I didn't do that. I went there to win at least the adult and absolute at ADCC in my weight class, and absolute. Didn't do that. I got double gold in master. I won 9 out of 11 matches at ADCC. One of them I got disqualified in the semifinals. And then the other one I lost to Chris. And we had 2 matches. I won the first one, lost the second one. Footlock. I went the wrong way. And my biggest mistake was, I know exactly what Chris does, and I still didn't study for it. I knew what was going to be on the test, didn't study for it. That's so that's what I'm upset about.
Wrestler.
That's what I'm upset about. That I'm not happy with my performance. I really thought that Gary Cho and I was going to be in the finals. I really did. Like, it was almost no question. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. And I had a tough guy named Norman. It was his birthday yesterday, actually. A blue belt, and in the semifinals, and it was a close match. And then I just got disqualified because I did the can opener. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just trying not to get swept. But I got immediately disqualified. That's okay. It's 2 things. Number 1, I didn't come to the rules meeting. And number 2, I'm going to pro anyway. Number 3, I just need to learn jiu-jitsu. You know what I mean? Like, it's so that happened. I think Norm was one of the toughest guys I had all day. That was my 7th match of the day, my 7th, and he was fresh, which made it's even more of a test, because I had to go against tough, fresh people who were 20 years younger than me. When I was in the Masters, I just felt a little guilty. I really did feel guilty. I was like, Zach, what are you doing, man? Are you really doing this, Zach? So, but I had both masters divisions before the adult divisions. I wish it would have been the other way around. You know what I mean? Because like I already had had 5 matches in masters. So I went my hardest matches first, but it was an incredible experience. It really was. I'm not satisfied with my performance, but it is. Now I am even more motivated than I ever have been to learn the things that I suck at. Learn guard, learn legs, learn passing. Stop relying on wrestling. Stop relying on top pressure. Stop relying on the arm triangle. Stop relying on the 3 basic sequences you've been doing for the last 3.5 years. So that's what I'm happy about. But I'm most happy about the community that the feeling that we all went out there, and we will always be talking about this. And I really do believe that Team Vietnam is stronger and closer together than we've ever been, because of the community coming together and going to Malaysia, going to Thailand, going to Bali last year, right? So in the last 9 months have been incredible for Team Vietnam. But hopefully you go next time.
So we'll talk about future comps in a sec, but for the schedule this year, I don't really for me, ADCC, I do want to do another ADCC this year, intermediate, because last year I did my first one at beginner. But I don't want to do it in Thailand because I went to Thailand last year. I don't want to do it in the Philippines because I'm going to the Philippines this year. I want to do it in Indonesia. So if last year was November when they had it in Indonesia, I've never been to Indonesia. Bali, great. It's pretty much like another part of Australia, kind of. There's a lot of Australians in Bali. Yeah. So if there's a November ADCC Indonesia, I would make moves to try to be there for the intermediate. I treat the challenge of a competition, regardless of the notoriety of the comp or even the competition level, I treat it all as like an end goal that pushes the training that I do leading up to that competition anyway. So I don't need it to be an ADCC comp where I've got to book a flight, book accommodation. Even just the local comps that we have here in Vietnam, in Saigon or in another city, Hoi An, Hanoi got one coming up soon, I heard. What was the other one that I was at before? I was in Gang Tur for one. Those ones where it doesn't cost me as much to travel and stay, they still give me that challenge. That means that, okay, I'm focused preparing for a competition and then finishing the competition regardless of results, having things to then go off and work on. So that's where I'm at with that. I'm surprised, yeah, dude. Going off your comp, I thought you were a great time, but actually hear you talk about it and like break it down, how what you won, what you didn't win, where you messed up, like really eye opening to be like first of all the standard you hold yourself to, and I mean, credit to you, like you're not only you're putting all that pressure on yourself or like alone that already. And on top of that, handling all this, the filming and whatnot, I think that's really commendable. I remember when I first competed seriously back in Australia in grappling industries, I had a day where I think I had 9 matches, and I thought like 9, 11, I can't remember the matches. I thought like, wow, I've had so many matches. And to sit here and hear you tell me 11 matches, but like at this higher level, just I couldn't even fathom that. Yeah, because like it makes me realize like 9 matches that I wiped out beginning. Look, it's work, it's hard work. I've done it, I know, but it's kind of like, relax. Wait till when the competition gets harder. Then it's like 9 matches of serious, like high level, refined focus, technique and athleticism, like that. I'm worried to see how I'll have, like, if the opportunity comes for me to approach something like that.
Dude, I think that you just need more confidence in yourself, man, because I see you are the most annoying blue belt in Vietnam. I mean, it's so annoying. It's so annoying, like how good you are. Seriously, dude, like you could easily do what I did in Malaysia. Easily. You're in incredible shape. You're much better at jiu-jitsu than me. Much better. Dude. But dude, I think that I thank you for that. I really do. After doing 14 matches in one weekend, I'm looking forward to doing pro, and I'll only have 4 between 2 and 4 matches. So I'll probably do master pro and adult pro. Definitely adult pro. That's what I'm doing from now on. Another cool thing that that it was just amazing is just how many Southeast Asian coaches and competitors people, grapplers and gyms that are in Southeast Asia that we previously didn't know about. Like the ones in Borneo, other Malaysian gyms, Art of Submission. It's just, they were able, it hasn't come out yet on the saga, but lots of interviews to be published. We probably did 10 interviews down there. So that was another thing that we're more connected with the community, and we know about gyms and places we didn't know about before. So incredible event.
That Southeast Asian, Asian connection to forget Southeast or not, but that the connection that we have in the region is really good. I say that as someone who has had the opportunity to compete in Thailand, has had the opportunity to compete locally in Vietnam. Also, I've been to the Philippines to visit and train. You've got the ADCC Philippines coming up. Like it's honestly, like being young in this game as like a blue belt, it's really like exciting to know like, wow, there's so much out there. Like I remember, when I went to Malaysia to see how serious, like the community, like how serious people take it, how long they've been doing it. Like it's as Vietnam, like we're a baby in this game compared to if you go to the Philippines, like, oh, they've been doing this for ages. So the coaches are well like renowned and steeped into the culture, and like everyone knows who are. Hey, shout out at ADCC Trials. I saw Huynh was fighting Annie Ramirez. Right? I've never met her personally, but I obviously know of her from when I was in the Philippines. I met her coach in Imus Cavite at I think it was Maximus Gym. Yep, for BJJ. I forgot his name, but I met her coach. Like it's wonderful. Like this community that we've got. It's all approachable. It's all reachable. Keep a good mindset, good outlook, and you start to meet these high level people who are really nice. Actually, that the local comp that I had, the nationals in Gangte, one of the things that I felt at the start within my division, and I ended up not even versing them because I didn't win that much, but like meeting the guys who usually go for gold and like who medal, gold and silver, those are two like highly fought after positions. Like they come off really intimidating, right? And then when you have a chance to actually talk to them, they're just real friendly, and that helps me personally because it then becomes, when it comes to the comp, I'm not so worried about like how intimidating they feel. I just know, hey, just get after it. Just come after this guy, because at the end of the day, we all care about the fight. I want to give him my best fight, and I want to take his best fight, and we see that where this goes. So at the end of the day, like all that other stuff about how intimidating someone looks, all that doesn't even matter. I'm just gonna come give you my best, and then we'll take a look at the results.
Yeah, so we cover Saigon Superfights.
So you've got ADCC Philippines coming up. Is this when you're going to make your pro debut?
Already signed up pro.
I saw you. Dude, you literally signed up. You weren't even back here yet when you signed up. You were still in Malaysia.
Basically, what I learned in Malaysia was I need to really focus on legs, passing, guard, all that. I wanted, because pro is so much different. I can't get away with wrestling there. And that's where guys like you come in. That's where Vince comes in. That's where Chris reminded me that I really need to learn the legs. You're not going to, so I went ahead and signed up for pro, adult, and master, 76 kg. And, really excited about that. Hopefully we can get a group to go. Because really what's most important is the community, as we all know.
So like I said, my next ADCC hopefully will be in Indonesia. The reason why I won't be going to this ADCC in Philippines is because I would already have just gotten back from the Philippines. I'm actually going to the Philippines for a month and visit some gyms, and I'll also hopefully, I'll sign up by the end of this month, hopefully, to participate in Flip Sports. I think it's ASJJF. Yeah, that one. It's in Cebu. So I'll be there for that. It's a gi and a no gi day, which is good. Maybe me. Well, it's the one that I'm doing. Oh no, Zach, please don't come. All right, let me go do my thing. All right, let me go. I'm kidding.
I'll go up to 85.
Oh yeah, do that. Oh yes. Oh good. This feels great because I remember when what do you call it? I try to get Rob to fight you.
Smaller guys are harder anyway.
I do lose to
Tougher.
I lose to the smaller guys too. Right? They footlock me. Yeah, I remember when I tried to get Rob to fight you because I thought you'd be in my weight class, and now you're telling me, oh yeah, if you're in my weight class, I won't do it. So I'm like, I feel like I'm in now.
83, right?
My category I think will be middle, so under 80.
I'll just go weight class.
Wonderful. But point being, yeah, I'll be doing that. It's a gi. The gi day is on Saturday and the no gi is on Sunday. The reason I'm doing it is because, first of all, opportunity to participate in the Philippines. I've visited the Philippines a couple of times now. I haven't participated. So I'd like to, but also out of respect for the Philippines and their proficiency in the gi, I'd like to subject myself to how well they do at the gi. That's why, with this comp leading up, someone who much more prefers no gi, I'm going out and like getting more gi training sessions so that I can perform, give the Filipinos my best shot at the gi. And then on the Sunday, on the no gi day, I'll get to be more in my comfort zone, similar to what you were doing when you were doing that when you were in Malaysia.
So here we go. I'm going to give you a card, and you're going to have to finish the sentence. Okay.
Give me a card, I'll finish the sentence. I'm going to read it out. The worst advice for someone starting jiu-jitsu is, go straight into leg locks. Don't be this guy at the gym. The guy who doesn't show up to training. How about that? I particularly don't like the ones who tell you, yeah, man, I'll see you at training. And you get to training and they're not there. Don't be that guy. Oh, and ideally don't be the late guy too. Oh, this is personal, huh? The one thing everyone gets wrong about me is I actually don't know. I think I get this wrong about myself too, but that I'm somewhat of an extrovert. I do believe that, yes, I have this, I talk a lot, I'm energetic, yes, but I'll be honest with you, bro, I remember you asked me what entertains me. I'd much rather just do my day, train, and then go home and stay in bed. That's all I want to do. Wake up, wear my body out, go home, get the rest in, do it again every single day for the rest of the year, every year. That's all I want to do.
What are your thoughts on dojo dating?
Dojo dating. For me, the issue ain't even dojo dating, it's the sport dating. Because look, what do you call dojo dating? Dating in the same dojo or dating in the dojo community where the person you're dating goes to a different dojo? That's fine, sure.
Dude, we have a small community here, man.
So it's not dojo.
So anyone who's, you meet someone at jiu-jitsu.
Exactly that. So we call it dojo dating because, dojo is to do with this training, but it's not specific to the dojo you're in. It's when you meet them in jiu-jitsu. Personally, I'm saying don't do it. It's too complicated. Simple, thought experiment, right? I like girl training, date her, we break up. She gets with someone else. And I'm talking from a male physiology thing. Gets with someone else. And you know what? He happens to be in my weight class and also as competitive as I am. And then we're competing. And then there are more stakes that you don't really need to introduce in a jiu-jitsu match. I'm trying to do my best. And hey, it might be good. I like that feeling when you get someone who you're like, oh yeah, you're at it. You're competitive. I'm competitive. We can just go, But it's a sport. We can injure each other. Hypothetically, I just think me personally, if I dated a chick and we broke up, or no, if the chick dated someone else who was higher level than I was and they broke up and then I start dating them, and it's it's bad enough you're already in a normal relationship. You're already comparing you to the person's ex, and now you're comparing yourself with the person's ex's level of jiu-jitsu as well. It's probably a superiority complex that I've got too, but yeah, man.
For sure. Okay. All right.
It's like if I had to date your girlfriend after you finish dating your girlfriend, Zach, I'd be like, oh, but Zach's so much better at me at grappling.
Well, that's actually not true. Actually, all you and him and everyone else is much better than me. Yeah, just so many things could go wrong.
He was injured now though, so
he can still beat me.
Probably, yeah, but at the cost of his foot.
That's all right. Yeah, anything else? Any controversial topics, anything entertaining that you can think of that you'd like to say that is just funny? Anything about Saigon? Anything about any idea that what's an idea that you like to put out there that you think that would benefit the Saigon grappling community, even if you've never shared it with anyone before?
I think I've shared it with a few people, but my personal experience being like this whole, and it's fortunate that I have the opportunities to lead this life, but for me, this whole life of training, working and whatnot, and like rest, repeat, it's always felt like a little bit of an anime nerd. It's felt like a sports anime. My whole life lately has felt like a sports anime, a slice of life. You know, you have your day to day, you go get your Cintos, you go get your coffee, you sit around with your jiu-jitsu friends, you talk, and then you guys go to a competition together like V-Team just did. Like that whole dynamic, like outside of the training and the technicalities, like that's what I personally live for. I love being young and able to train and be physically fit to just keep throwing myself at the mats, but then they like the life that it gives me. That's what I love the most.
What idea do you have that could benefit the community? What we all love it. What's something that you can? What's an idea? What would help?
Take it easy, you know. Enjoy the ride. Like it's cliche, but like enjoy the ride. I feel like this thing's meant to be enjoyed, and I want to have a good time. So I want to go, train, learn, grow, improve my skills, meet different people. You know, iron on iron, iron sharpens iron. Just clash our blades. It's kind of gay. But yeah, like. You know, like, it's a good life we live, brother. Let it never change us.
If anyone watching the saga, any saga viewers have any ideas on how we can grow the community, maybe it's events, maybe it's sponsorships, maybe some creative ways the community can come together, please share that on our page and we will discuss that on the Saigon Saga. Anything else, Simon, before we wrap up today?
Shout out to all the people that I love and care about. Shout out Team Taco. Shout out Josu. Shout out over at Arcane here, Pato. Love you guys. Shout out over on the team, very high level team, Mr. Robert Deagle, Mr. Woon. I just saw you today. Shout out. Hope you have a nice trip back. Shout out to my friends in the Philippines. I'll see you guys soon. Shout out to anyone back at home in Australia. I hope you guys see me and you wish me well. I hope you guys don't, you know, facepalm too much at what I've been getting up to. And yeah, just if you want to strap in, enjoy the ride. I'll keep doing my thing, guys. Mic drop.
Subscribe right now.
My pants came off, my butt got exposed.
I was a fishmonger, so she turned out to be married.